What's up everyone, welcome to Crypto Maximalist. Today we're taking a look at Cardano and its recent price action, and make sure to watch the video till the end for a price prediction for the short and the long term as well. First things first, please smash the likes, subscribe and hit the bell icon. YouTube is not pushing crypto content out currently and it really helps if you hit the like. We're posting 4 videos per day, so come back every day for daily updates and analysis. And make sure to comment down below for your chance to win a hardware wallet in our new monthly giveaway. We'd also like to thank you all so much for your support. We've just hit 10k subscribers today, so make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. This is not financial advice. Welcome to Crypto Maximalist. Let's begin. So if we just take a look at Cardano here on the hourly time frame, you can see quite clearly that recently we have been incredibly oversold here. Although it does look as though this very strong support of around $1 and below here, if I can draw a straight line. This area here, every single time that we've come down to around this dollar level, we have actually wicked back above it very nicely. And we do think overall Cardano is actually holding up very well in the face of all the recent market volatility. As you can see, the other day when we had Bitcoin heading down below 30k again, we did have this big V-shaped recovery for Cardano. And it does look as though over the past few days we have been rolling over again. As we can see, Bitcoin has been rolling over. With we've got the Ethereum futures so basically expired on the 25th, so there was a lot of market pressure to the downside because of that, with basically big money players manipulating the market down so that their options don't expire worthless and all kinds of other stuff. Elon Musk tweeting again about Bitcoin Maximalist, which obviously sent the price down, but as you can see, we've got this massive dump, but then a very nice V-shaped recovery here, or you could say potentially inverse head and shoulders. Obviously this is our neckline and we got our breakout, but we didn't reach our target, which was probably something more like this, because we started to roll over again because of what was happening in the wider market. But we do think overall Cardano has actually held up extremely well in the face of what's been happening in the market recently. And if we just take a look at our RSI here, we do look as though we are forming some kind of bullish divergence. As you can see, on when we had the first huge correction in May, you can see quite clearly that we actually came all the way down to this dollar level and tested it perfectly again. So this is why we believe that this level is very key. As you can see, we've come down to this level numerous times now, and it does seem as though every single time that we tap this, we get a huge amount of buying pressure. So it does seem unlikely, unless there's a cataclysmic prolonged event in the cryptocurrency market, that we're going to be seeing sub $1 Cardano again, unless we enter a prolonged bear market in the near future, which seems unlikely in our opinion, but obviously always have to entertain the possibility of everything that can happen. But obviously, as you can see, there's bullish divergences all over the place from what we can tell. As we can see here, every single time that we've been oversold recently, we've had a decent bounce to the upside. And obviously yesterday was no exception. As you can see, the last time that we were this oversold was pretty much this area here. And obviously we've got this very nice recovery. So we're on the upside again now, although it does look like we are rolling over temporarily. But Cardano looks as though it's holding pretty damn well, all things considered. If we just take a look at the 4-hour chart, you can see that we are very oversold right now. We're basically the most oversold that we have been for a long time here. This is something that we're really highlighting in all of our videos today. If you take a look at the daily time frame on most cryptocurrencies and take a look at the RSI, we are incredibly oversold right now. For example, the last time we were this oversold for Cardano is when we dumped all the way from 14 cents to around 7 cents, so around a 50% drop. So you could say here, we are looking at a similar thing, 50 to 60% drop right now. And then if you take a look at what happened after this happened, we actually chopped sideways a bit here, recovered, got back above our EMAs, which did flip bullish, and then we absolutely ripped to the moon here. So as you can see, we are currently flipped bearish on our daily EMAs here on Cardano. So we're currently stuck under our EMAs and chopping sideways in between this $1 level, from what we can tell. Between this $1 level and, let's just say, this level here at about 190. So we're basically stuck in between these two levels here. If we just get rid of all these other bits, we've basically been stuck in here for a while. As you can see, we've got this fake out to the upside, but then this big downside correction because of the wider market. And then since then, we've just been chopping it up in between this range. But as we said, the last time that we were this oversold, we've had really big bounces in the market. As you can see, this was the last time that we were approaching these kinds of levels of oversold, and then look what happened after. And then also, you could say the March crash we were incredibly oversold on the daily time frame here, and then obviously look what happened straight after. So, I mean, if this is any indication to go by, we are approaching these kinds of levels for Cardano right now, and pretty much all cryptocurrencies are extremely oversold right now. So for all the people that are saying, oh, Bitcoin's going to go to like 10K or something for this huge inverse head and shoulders that's happening on a big macro time frame, considering how oversold we are and how bullish the fundamentals of the crypto space are these days, we've literally never, is this the previous all-time high of around 40 cents? That's pretty nice, isn't it? I never realized Cardano went that high. But I mean, countries are adopting Bitcoin right now. Like, this is no joke. And the fact that the fundamentals are so bullish and the technicals are so bearish isn't adding up in our opinion. So there's obviously a huge amount of manipulation going on. I mean, if we just take a look at the weekly time frame here, we can see nothing is out of the ordinary for Cardano whatsoever. We can see quite clearly that it is actually holding our 20 EMA here and has been doing throughout this whole last few weeks, which is really, really bullish in our opinion. This shows that there's a lot of strength in the price action of Cardano. We've not seen any indicators yet of rolling over to even retest the 50, yet alone getting below it like this. So pretty obvious in our opinion that everything's still looking good. Obviously the short term, you don't want to see Cardano dropping from 240 all the way back to $1. But I mean, this is how crypto goes sometimes. As you can see, we have big up and down swings all the time. I mean, this swing for the March crash, this is like 76% drop. Like, these things happen all the time in crypto, but over the long term, things have always looked back up, especially for quality projects. So a lot of people have been saying, oh, we're in a bear market. It looks like we're in a bear market. And I mean, from what we can tell, we're not even close to it, especially by looking at this chart. No, we've obviously just got really overextended here. We just come back to retest support. And as you can see, we are holding this 20 EMA on the weekly time frame really, really well. And until we start to see this potentially coming down and doing something like this and forming, you know, a death cross of our EMAs, or we're getting below the 50 here and we start rolling over, there's nothing to suggest that we're in a bear market right now. You're in a bear market when you see something like this, when you're under your 20, you come back up, but you're under the 50 still. As you can see, we are flip bearish here. Obviously, these lines have not been, for some reason, they're not loading, but you can quite clearly see it would be something like this essentially, with your EMAs looking something like this. So you flip bearish on your EMAs, you're stuck under them, you come back and retest the 50, but you can't break it and you're hitting your head, so you keep rolling over. As you can see, came up again here, perfectly retested the 50, rolled over again, got this big correction to the downside. But then look what happened here. We came up, we had a big pump here, we broke the 50, we got really high over our EMAs here. We flipped bullish on our EMAs on the weekly time frame, which is a huge indicator of a bull market. We actually got overextended here. We came back, retested the 50 here, bounced in and out between the 20, chopped and consolidated, and then boom, there you go. Off to the races, basically going way up here, as you can see. So currently, we're not seeing any indication that we're in a bear market. A lot of people are feeling not very confident recently in the market, but so far we're not seeing anything to suggest anything of the sort. It looks as though so far this week we are holding the 20 here. We've got a few more days to see this out. Even if we do break the 20, the 50 is still going to be doing something like this most likely. We could always roll back to the 50, which is about this 80-cent level, before a potential continuation. But until we see this, the 20 here flipping the 50 on the weekly time frame, and if we start getting below the 50 here and start hitting our head on it as a resistance, then in our opinion, nothing to be too concerned about. I mean, from what we can tell from the charts, things are still looking good for continuation. So obviously on our hourly time frame, things aren't looking that good, as we can see. Let me just make this a bit smaller so we can see. Things aren't looking that great on our hourly time frame here. We are rolling over again a little bit here to maybe retest some of these lower levels, maybe this level here at around 110 or even this $1 level. But I mean, in our opinion, obviously Cardano, top quality project. This is a project that's going to do extremely well in the long term, in our opinion. It's probably a blue chip altcoin, which means that it's very likely that it's going to be around in the next 5 to 10 years. In our opinion, it's got a huge ecosystem about to launch. Its testnet's going live in a few months. Its mainnet, for smart contracts, is going live in a few months. So the bullish news just keeps coming. Cardano's getting loads of adoption. I mean, crypto's never been more bullish, but for some reason, the technicals are really bearish. I mean, just to put this in perspective, we were like, the last time that we were this oversold on the daily time frame was basically the black swan event that was the March 2020 crash and everything that it entailed. So why are we, like, what is the real reason that we're going down right now? There's not really any reason. I mean, how can we compare to a black swan event of that caliber to now? Like, okay, a few Bitcoin miners got chucked out of China, and there's some more FUD coming out from banks. So what? Like, countries are adopting Bitcoin right now. So obviously the short term looks bearish technically, but bullish fundamentals have never been more bullish, and long term, it's very, very likely, in our opinion, Cardano is going to do very well. So take a look at the short term price prediction here. If we're just taking a look at this chart, it does look as though we are approaching an oversold territory again here. And if we do hit into this oversold area again, we are expecting a little bounce to the upside. Obviously, it depends what Bitcoin does, because it has been rolling over, but from what we can tell, we do think Cardano is probably going to get a bounce fairly soon. There's a lot of bullish divergences all over this chart, in our opinion. As you can see, there's one here where basically making lower lows on our price action, but higher lows on our RSI. So it does seem very likely to us that, I mean, if we take a look at the daily chart here, it does look as though we are getting incredibly, incredibly oversold, in our opinion. And it does look as though the bounce is pretty likely. So short term, we do think the bounce is coming. We can't stay this oversold forever. There will be some equilibrium that comes back into the market at some point. We're overly bearish right now, in our opinion, and the bears probably will get wrecked if they start to get more greedy than they are now, in our opinion, as well. And in the long term, obviously, we do think Cardano is going to do very, very well. I reckon at least we would say $10 plus by the end of the bull run, probably in the next year or so. I mean, 5 to 10 years down the road, it could be anywhere from $20, $30, $50, depending on the amount of adoption that it gets. So that's our update today, guys. We'd like to thank everyone for watching. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, please let us know down in the comments section below. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you can keep up to date with all of our videos. Remember to comment down below and be subscribed to enter into our brand new monthly giveaway for a hardware wallet. If you'd like to support the channel more directly, please sign up to our Patreon via the link in the description below, or sign up to YouTube membership by hitting the join button right next to the sub below this video, where you can get access to our private Discord. We're offering coin calls, one-to-one access to us personally, insight into our personal portfolio, daily research of crypto assets with massive potential, and access to our brand new 100x portfolio. With so many benefits, you might as well check it out below. Don't forget to get 2 free stocks with Webull by signing up and then depositing $100 using our link in the description below. You can quite literally deposit the $100, get your 2 free stocks, and then withdraw the money, so there's no reason not to do that, and they could be valued all the way up to $1,600 each. But don't forget to actually deposit as well after signing up, otherwise you won't receive the second stock. Scammers get worse every day, so make sure to protect yourself and your crypto online with Pure VPN. Sign up below for some big discounts. You can get access to block content and protect yourself from phishing scams with super low monthly payments and high quality speeds. You can also sign up to our free Telegram via the description as well. All the links are in the description for affiliate links for discounts and free crypto, so go check them all out below. There's plenty of goodness on offer. Please like and subscribe. We are Crypto Maximalists.